What is up, YouTube? This is T-Quentin1 coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Season 1 of Poker Face. Season 2 starts this Thursday, so here are my thoughts on the initial run of episodes. There's a lot of talk these days about missing when TV felt like TV, missing individual episodes rather than 6-hour movies awkwardly chopped up, missing that character-driven fun or breakneck intensity that we used to get. Look, there are plenty of prestige TV shows I enjoy, but I can't help but miss the way things used to be, too. There are two shows right now that are filling that void. One is The Pit, which I'll cover another day, at the very least before its second season begins. The other is Poker Face. Poker Face is one of the most purely fun shows I've seen this decade. It's a classic murder mystery series executed damn near flawlessly. The number one thing a series like this needs is a likable lead, and Charlie Cale is one of my favorite characters on TV right now. The human lie detector has wormed her way into my heart ever since the pilot, and a big reason for that is Natasha Lyonne's performance. Lyonne has always been a reliable comedic presence, and this show is really tailored to her strengths as an actor. She's just got this unassuming, working class New York vibe that's so disarming. She's funny, yeah, but I also cared. The show borrows some from producer Rian Johnson's Knives Out films, given the flashback heavy structure of the series, although there is one TV mystery solver who is a bigger influence on this show.
There's only one thing that I'm not clear about.
Yeah, this show owes a lot to Columbo, not just because, despite being set in modern day, the series has a kind of 70s throwback look, but mainly because the structure of the show never hides who the murderer is. The mystery isn't who committed the crime. A lot of the time, it's not even why they did it. It's how is Charlie going to catch him. Not a whodunit, a how catch him. That's the source of intrigue and tension that keeps the show's momentum going. The thing is, she's a human lie detector, incapable of being deceived. It's a fun old school touch, like how those old 30s pulp heroes just had something innately special about them. But it's not just a straight lift either. Charlie's not a cop, she's a fugitive, and I enjoyed that despite the character having a moral center, there was always a question of whether or not it was wise to get involved given the people looking for her. The biggest strength is, like I said, this actually feels like TV. There's an overarching story, a good one, but you can pick any of these 10 episodes at random and enjoy a complete, satisfying narrative. Though watched as a whole, they do form a satisfying bigger picture. There's a formula, sure, but it works. I like that rather than just a 10-minute sequence like Columbo, we usually spend the whole first act of the episode with the murderer. And then after the crime is committed, flashbacks show what Charlie had been up to. And the various odd jobs she does in her journey across the country help add some atmosphere and regionality to the show. For example, like working in an arcade while a killing occurs at a small town racetrack just down the road, or getting a job at a Texas barbecue joint right before the owner decides to off his brother. It's honestly fun just waiting to see how she's going to enter each story. The best episodes use this ersatz structure to make the story more personal, retroactively revealing that Charlie had formed some sort of friendship with the victim before their death. Like in the episode Rest in Metal, where she befriends an ill-fated drummer, or in the much-lauded Orpheus Syndrome episode, where while working as an assistant to Nick Nolte's aging effects virtuoso, she develops a genuine affection for him. It helps make the deaths more heartbreaking and meaningful, and it makes you root all the more for her to get the people that did it. I focused a lot on the strength of the main character, but another element that makes this show so entertaining is the revolving door of guest stars. Standouts include Adrian Brody as a mob boss's son, Chloe Savini as a fading singer, Hong Chow as an eccentric big rig driver, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a Richie Uppy on house arrest. While there is a formula, like I said, each crime is different. Sometimes the killers are real, malicious, irredeemable assholes. Sometimes the crime itself is an accident. It helps keep each episode feel fresh. My favorite example is probably the fifth episode, Time of the Monkey, because it's the only one where Charlie doesn't end up getting to know the victim, but rather the murderers. It flips the whole premise of the show on its head, and while the series is pretty lighthearted for a Murder of the Week show, that episode in particular goes into some pretty uncomfortable places. The two killers there are activists, idealists who, in their mind, are fighting for a righteous cause. It helped bring the conflicted nature of Charlie to the forefront. I mean, it's not the deepest show ever made or anything, but it's not supposed to be either. Poker Face is a glorious return to when TV was, fun. It's funny, suspenseful, visually appealing, deftly plotted, and impeccably acted. It's been a comfort watch for me since it debuted in 2023. And in what is probably the highest praise I can give, it actually makes signing up for fucking Peacock worth it. I'm hyped for season 2, and I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. This is T Quint 1 signing out.